Hey guys, what's going on here? Happy Monday to you and welcome back to class. We are moving right along here. We are in week 10 of this class. Can you believe it? Time's flying by. This week we're going to be talking about one of our favorite topics in Christendom, which is servant leadership. This is probably our favorite approach, right, to leadership because we all know that Jesus talked about being a servant. And so servant leadership is kind of this kind of underlying ethos in a lot of what we say and do in terms of our Christian approach to leadership. So that's going to be our focus this week. Now, servant leadership is one of the more challenging approaches to leadership because it's kind of antithetical to what most people, even us, consider to be leadership. And so this week we're gonna wrestle with some of those challenges. And we're gonna find ways and to think of ways where we can be more servant leader like and apply this to our own life. You know, servant leadership is one of those things that's easier said than done, and so understanding the nature of it and being able to operationalize it, I think, is going to help us. Some of the theories that we're going to look at today by Greenleaf and Spears, and some of those others who have done a lot of thinking about what it means to be a servant leader, I think will be helpful. We have kind of this general vague notion that, being a servant means, doing nice things for people or picking up trash or, kind of the inverted pyramid, right? We're on the bottom and the organization is up here. We kind of have this model, but how do you really do that? How do you serve people even when, you are on top of the pyramid? It's challenging. It really is, because we have certain responsibilities and functions, and people look to us in a certain way. So actually doing servant leadership is a lot harder than just kind of thinking about it in sort of these wistful, sentimental ways. We think of Jesus washing feet and things like that. But when you're actually in a leadership position, what does it mean to serve others? And is it a practical? Is it an effective way of leadership? Right. So we're going to wrestle with some of those things this week. So I have lots of resources for you. I've actually done a deeper video lecture on this topic, and I have a couple links here to some articles where scholars have done research, some deeper research on a particular aspect of servant leadership. So this is actually, a more of an emerging area. Probably within the last 10 years, there's actually been some empirical research on the topic of servant leadership. So in the same way we have some, research on these other approaches to leadership, servant leadership has now become one of those approaches. In fact, you'll even notice in our textbook, our Northhouse textbook, there's a chapter on servant leadership. So it's not just for the Christian folks anymore, right? This is one of those ideas and one of those ways I believe that Christian thinking and perspective have actually influenced the larger world of leadership studies. Hallelujah, yay for us Christians. All right, so you're going to look at some of these articles, and I got a couple discussion questions, one of which will ask you to review an article, go a little bit deeper in a particular area, facet, application of servant leadership, and then discuss that, discuss the article, and to make some applications to your own life. And then the other discussion has kind of a laundry list of some of the more challenging issues and problems with being a servant leader. And so I want you to wrestle with some of those as well. Now, this week, on a personal note, I just want to let you know that I'm actually going out of town on Thursday. I'm going to the International Leadership Association Conference. I'm going to be presenting some of my own research. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to video it, and maybe I'll post it for you guys next week and see what you guys think about what I came up with. So I also say that to say I appreciate your prayers. My presentation is on Saturday, and I'm not going to be as involved in the discussion this week. So I'm really going to leave it to you guys to monitor each other and to be self-engaged and to challenge each other. So anyhow. I hope I can trust the kids while Dad's out of the house here this week. Anyhow, I trust you guys a lot. And I hope that you're finding the online conversion of our class to be interesting and engaging. I know it's not as fun as being together in the classroom, but I hope that you're still enjoying this and getting something and learning the content regardless. So anyhow, appreciate you guys. Let me know if there's anything I can do to serve you. If you need me, again, I'm gone out of town later on, so hit me up earlier in the week. All right, so blessings to you all, and have a great week.